If you want to feel more in control of your career this year, you are in the right place because I'm going to share with you a 4-point checklist you can put into action today. And it doesn't matter if you currently have a job or are looking for one. This checklist keeps you focused on what matters. And number 4, you don't see coming, but it could change your entire year for you. Hi, I'm Laura, and I'm here to take your job search from stressful to successful. Number 1 is to do a yearly check-in or assessment. Now, I bet you're pretty familiar with this when it comes to your job because most employers have some type of annual performance review. But be honest, do you do this for yourself? I know that I didn't, at least in the beginning of my career, and that is something I wish I could go back and undo, which is why I want to share this with you. I just found myself going along the same path. I was getting a promotion, I was getting a raise, and it just seemed easier to stay on that path, but it's not one that I was truly excited about. And I want to save you from that same fate. I want you to stop and reflect at least once a year if you are currently in a position, if this is the career, the field, the industry, the position that is a fit for you. And if you're looking for a job, this is a great time to get clear on what it is that you do want from your next position. And here are 3 questions you should be asking yourself. The first one is, what does a fulfilling life look like? Once you determine that, then answer how your current job is supporting that fulfilling life. And if you are looking for a job, then ask yourself what you need from your next position to support what a fulfilling life looks like to you. And number 2 is to ask yourself how you are using your talents and your skills in your current role. And be honest. Are you using your talents and your skills? And if you are looking for a position, think about what your skills are and your talents are that you really want to use in that next role. And third, I want you to be very honest and ask yourself, do you feel valued in your current role? And what value is unique to you. It might be that you feel valued through money. It might be that you feel valued through recognition. That's up to you to determine. And if you are currently looking for a job, ask yourself what you need from the company, from the position that you take on next that will have you feel valued. And then make sure to ask those strategic questions when you are interviewing. Number 2 is to update your resume. I know this one seems so obvious, but it is surprising the number of people who don't update their resume until it's absolutely necessary. And this causes a lot of undue stress. So at bare minimum, update your resume at least once a year. And to make it easy on yourself, I suggest creating a master resume. And this is just an information dump of everything that you have been doing throughout your career. And it doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to make sense to you. This captures all of your promotions, certifications, achievements, projects, everything that you've done that you feel as though holds value that you may want to pull from when you do look for another position. And also remember to forward yourself any copies of performance evaluations, any emails that contain information about projects that you know are very important, but you might forget the details over time, because you can just pull from these rather than racking your brain trying to figure out what exactly the metrics were around something or the timeline or revenue or any of those great pieces that you want to add to your resume. And if you are currently looking for a job, take the time to really focus in your resume on the positions that you're looking to apply to, and take the time to understand how your unique value is shown through your resume, because that is so important. If your resume reads like a job description, then it is not a resume that accurately reflects you. And if you are looking for a job search checklist that goes into more detail, including what should be on your resume, I've got you covered with the best dang job search checklist ever. Yep, that's actually what I named it. And it is in the description below. Number 3 is to start networking. Yes, even if you have a job, this is actually the best time for you to start creating connections. Trust me, it's going to be a heck of a lot easier when you are looking for a job if you've already cultivated those connections through the months and the years. And if you are looking for a job, remember that 50 to 80% of job openings are filled through networking. So don't sleep on this. You should be focusing the majority of your efforts on networking rather than on job boards. And I do have a much more detailed video on networking that you can check out up here. Number 4, the one that is a bit more out of the box, is to diversify. I don't want you to put all of your eggs in one employer basket. The landscape is changing. There's no getting around that. AI is becoming more prevalent, and we don't know the full impact that it's going to have on jobs, but we do know it's going to shake things up, and there will be some jobs lost. Yes, there will be some created, but it's not necessarily going to be one for one. We also know that there are layoffs going on, well, seemingly all the time. And I hate when I see people who think that their jobs are secure, that they have nothing to worry about, and then something does happen, and then they just feel lost. Now, I'm not saying you have to go out and get a second job or a bunch of side hustles, but I do think there is a benefit to pursuing something that could possibly make you money in some way outside of your 9 to 5. I've personally done this through freelance writing. So that's why I think it's so important that if you currently have a job, find something that you actually really enjoy that you could possibly make money at. And I'm not saying you have to do that off the bat. You could just start by doing something you enjoy and seeing where that leads. And yes, if you are looking for a job, I actually suggest the same thing. I know there's always the issue of time commitment, but if it is something you enjoy, then it's more like a hobby anyway, and you don't have that pressure of having to do it. And the cool thing about this is it could actually usurp your W-2 employment, and at the very least, you are doing something you enjoy and making some money on top of it. And if you are looking for a job in 2026, there are 7 mistakes that you should avoid, and I've got you covered up here.